Ian Harrison, Gold Coast, chaotic night of racing. Honestly, maybe the best night of racing we've seen all year anywhere in the world. There was a lot that happened, so maybe just sum it up from Eli's side, how you felt it went, what you learned today, what challenges came up. Just recap it for us.
What we learned today is that we need to get better on hard, slippery conditions. That's what we're going to work on. And then, the racing was exciting. Was not much in it. Depended like who got out front there, really. But we definitely we got some work to do. We got a lot of valuable data that we can look at and see and compare against what we have at home. And so, big picture, I think it's good to find out now rather than later. So we'll put our heads down and get after it, but it's never easy, It's always a challenge to get what you're looking for. But I'm confident that we'll make progress.
Is it just hunting for traction, or where does this?
A little bit. Looks like a little bit of traction, a little bit of other things, but we haven't had much time to look at anything yet. We're just throwing the bike in the crate here and getting ready to head back to good old USA. But when we get back, we'll dig in.
Is this data like irregular compared to what you've seen with Chase and even Coop in the past? Is it something to do with how Eli rides the bike on hardpack?
No, I would say what I noticed here was the whoops were actually quite far apart, a little bit different to what we have on our test track and perhaps at Eli's place. So we need to look into that. Maybe we have to have a whoop section that they spread out a little bit more.
But then does it matter because AMA whoops are so uniform every single week, but you probably will never see this again?
Yeah, but I never want to be in this position again.
That's fair. That is why you're the team manager and I'm just the idiot behind the camera. Well, I was going to ask about that. The last main specifically, the whoops were a challenge for Eli, especially the last 5 or so. So what can you tell us about that?
I think, we knew that you're limited on what you can do here because you don't have access to all the parts that you normally would so you kind of just, changing height of the bike a little bit, changing like gas pressures, just small things to try and tweak it a little bit. But we were like, okay, let's get out of here safe. Let's just do our best and see where we land up, but don't risk anything. The big picture is ahead for us.
Was this similar to the second main in Vancouver with the whoops there? Is there any correlation between the two struggles?
No. Eli said to us after the second main in Vancouver that he had that the line he was taking had a big rock in it. And he said that he'd switch it up for the third one, and he did, and that went smoothly. And honestly, up until this point, things have gone relatively, perhaps maybe too easy. So now we got our work cut out for us.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I asked Eli this question yesterday, and I think he thinks I'm an idiot now. So I'll put it to you. Vancouver was great. Maybe not what you want. You'd rather go to Vancouver, find struggles, not win, but leave there and go, well, this was a valuable lesson, and now we won't have issues X, Y, and Z come Anaheim 1. Maybe Vancouver was too good for a test?
No, because we have tracks like that. Seattle has that very similar dirt.
Right.
So you have that, now you have that information. And that's like great.
Yeah.
And then this was different. This is generally what we might see at Salt Lake City, perhaps even Denver. There's a few places. So we got to get and maybe even Phoenix. So we'll get working, see what we can do.
I look at these races then as almost like a stress test where you're trying to break things, but it's not that. It's more just gathering data.
Yeah, I mean, we come here to win.
Yeah.
That's whenever we go to the race, that's our ultimate goal, is to do as good as we can and hopefully win. But today we weren't good enough to win, and so we're gonna do some work. And I think there's some on our side, some on Eli's side, but we'll get to it.
Did Eli run the scoop all night?
Yeah, he did.
Is there an intervention coming? Addiction is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I think we're finding that with a scoop tire.
Yeah. Well. That's another thing. When you come down here, you got to choose your tires when you come. So we from all our testing and everything. That's pretty much what we brought. So we're a little bit stuck there too. But it's not all the tire. It's a number of things, but they all kind of affect each other in a way.
Well, I don't want to push too much, but Eli was mistiming a lot of things tonight. I thought that was just down to the scoop tyre, but that also comes down to scoop tyre and other things?
Yeah, I mean, that comes down to traction, and that's what we want to improve on, you know. I think if it's hard to judge your traction, yes, you can overjump something or maybe be a bit short one lap, but to be fair, I saw a couple other guys also struggling with it. Wasn't the easiest thing to do.
Eli aside, results aside, performance aside, you've now done 2 WSX races, your first ones. What do you think about the series, the way it's run, the way the tracks are built? Just generally, are you leaving these races with positivity about WSX?
Yeah, I think they do a good job. They're definitely different, and it's a lot for us anyway. It's a lot more low key.
Yeah.
But it was really interesting to see, and you know, I think we are a small sport, so if it grows in any capacity, I like that. I think it's good.
Finally, I should ask you this: Aaron, Jorge, everything going as it's planned? No real information?
I can tell you, Aaron is at home riding, and it's been a couple weeks now,
Yep.
and his health looks to be really good. So that's really awesome for all of us. I'm happy about that. And Jorge's been in California working on his bike, and he's not touching anything. So I'm a little nervous about that, but we'll see. Yeah.
One more quick thing. I'm going too long, but you know, so many questions. Why not bring Jorge to these races?
I think Jorge needs laps on the bike. You know, last year leading into the season, I found out that he actually didn't do too many. So I think the more laps he can put on the bike, the better for him. Every day where he does, you know, gets in a day of anywhere from 60 to 80 laps or something, that's just money in the bank for him, and I think it's good.